All right, so today we're doing a deep dive on this platform. It's called FXSI.
Okay.
And it seems like, well, at least they say, they're all about secure and innovative and accessible platform for traders across global markets.
Hmm.
They're really pushing this idea of a, you know, seamless and reliable trading experience for traders of all levels.
Yeah.
So what jumps out at you right away? What stands out about FXSI to you?
Well, I think that accessibility thing that they keep bringing up, it seems like they're really trying to appeal to everybody and not just the people who've been doing this for years.
Right.
But then on the other hand, they kind of jump right in and start talking about trading in these CFDs, contracts for difference
Yeah.
across Forex, stocks, commodities, indices,
All in one platform.
all on
then.
one platform. Yeah.
Hmm.
So, that combination of saying, hey, this is for everyone, and then leading with a more complex product like CFDs, that's interesting.
Yeah, I mean, CFDs can be a bit of a minefield if you're not, if you're not
Yeah,
careful.
right. CFDs involve margin trading, meaning you're using borrowed money
Uh-huh.
to amplify your buying power. So, yeah, you can make more money that way. But it also dramatically increases the risk. You
Yeah.
could actually lose more than you initially put in,
Oh, wow.
which they do mention. But, it's something that anybody considering this platform should really, really understand.
Okay, so the accessibility is maybe a double-edged sword then.
Yeah.
On one hand, they're making it easy to get started. On the other hand, it's a product that you really need to understand.
Yeah, you really got to know what you're doing.
So what about their focus on security? They talk about all this top-tier encryption and data protection.
Uh-huh.
Does that seem legit?
Well, it's definitely important, right? Because think about it. You're trusting them with your financial data,
Hmm.
Potentially a lot of money.
Yeah.
So that top tier encryption data protection, what they're saying is they're using the latest technology to protect your information from unauthorized access,
Right.
which is like a must have these days.
Okay, and when they say wide range of global markets,
Yeah.
what does that actually mean? Like, what can you actually trade on FXSI?
Well, they're offering Forex markets for currency trading, stocks, commodities like oil and gold,
Hmm.
and then indices, which track a basket of stocks.
Got it.
And they even have different types of accounts, like you can get a corporate account if you're a business. There's Islamic accounts, which comply with Sharia law. There's joint accounts.
Interesting.
So, yeah, it's a pretty diverse offering, I guess.
But they're not limiting you to just one specific market.
Right.
You can explore different asset classes, build a portfolio, all that, all in one place.
Yeah, that's the idea they're trying to sell.
Okay, let's shift gears a little bit.
Sure.
Look at the specific benefits they're highlighting.
Okay.
They're talking about comprehensive market access, a secure and reliable platform, and dedicated support guidance.
Mm-hmm.
So let's take those one by one. What does comprehensive market access really mean for someone who's like, thinking about maybe using FXSI?
I think it just means having the ability to trade in all those markets. Like you
Yeah.
said, Forex, stocks, commodities, indices,
Hmm.
all within their platform.
Right.
So instead of having to go to all these different places, you can do it all from one spot,
Right.
one centralized hub.
Yeah, that's super convenient.
Exactly, especially if you have a diverse portfolio, if you're doing a lot of different stuff.
So more options, more flexibility.
Yeah.
What about secure and reliable platform? We've touched on the security part,
Yeah.
but what about the reliability? What should our listeners be thinking about when they hear that?
Well, reliable means it's working, right?
Yeah.
It's consistently working.
Right.
You want to be able to execute your trades, and you don't want any glitches, especially when things are moving fast, the market's moving quickly.
Hmm.
They're saying that their platform can handle lots and lots of trades, high volume
Right.
without any problems. Of course, any platform can have downtime, but it seems like they're saying, hey, we're stable, we're consistent.
So their platform shouldn't crash in the middle of a big trade.
Right.
Yeah.
At least that's what they're saying.
And finally, dedicated support guidance.
Mm-hmm.
Every platform says they've got great customer service.
Yeah, that's the first thing they say.
But what makes FXSI different? What are they actually offering?
Well, they say they have expert customer support available anytime,
Okay.
which hopefully means that they answer your questions quickly, the people there know what they're talking about,
Yeah.
and you can reach them in a lot of different ways, phone, email, live chat, whatever.
Got it.
They also talk about educational resources that are made to help you get better at trading, help you refine your strategies.
That's interesting.
Yeah, so that could mean webinars, tutorials, market analysis reports, that kind of thing.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe even personalized coaching, who knows?
Okay, so it's interesting that they're focusing on education. because it sounds like they're not just thinking about those experienced traders. They want to help beginners, bring new people in and teach them.
Yeah, it seems that way.
However, even with all this, it sounds pretty good. They have a pretty serious risk warning on their site.
Yeah.
We can't just ignore that.
No, absolutely not. That's really important.
Right.
That's like critical information for anyone who's thinking about this platform.
Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, that risk warning, it's not just some legal thing they had to put there. They're saying straight up that CFD trading, especially with margin, is really risky. You could lose a lot of money.
Yeah.
Even more than you put in.
Okay. So let's break that down for our listeners.
Okay.
What does that actually mean? What are the risks?
Well, let's say you're trading with leverage, right?
Yeah.
Let's say 10 to 1.
Okay.
So for every dollar you put in, you're basically controlling $10 worth of assets. If the market goes up, great. You make 10 times the profit.
Right.
But if it goes down, you lose 10 times as much. You could end up owing way more than you started with.
Wow. So it's like high risk, high reward.
Yeah, exactly.
And that's why FXSI is saying, hey, maybe this isn't for everyone.
Right. They're saying, think about your goals, your risk tolerance, how much experience you have, your financial situation.
Right.
Like, really think about all that before you even open an account.
Yeah.
They even say, maybe talk to a financial advisor.
Interesting.
Yeah.
It's almost like they're saying, hey, this is a powerful tool,
Yeah.
but it's not going to make you rich overnight.
Right.
You got to know what you're doing,
Yeah.
and you got to be okay with maybe losing some money.
Yeah, exactly. You got to be prepared for that.
They're not sugarcoating it.
No,
You
they're
know.
being pretty upfront about the risks.
Which I guess is good.
Yeah, it's definitely better than the opposite.
So it takes knowledge.
Yeah.
And you got to be comfortable with risk.
Yeah.
And obviously you got to have the money to potentially lose.
Exactly. You can't put in money you can't afford to lose.
Right. And there's one more thing in that risk warning that stood out to me.
Okay.
They say that they don't offer services in certain places.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Specifically the U.S., Canada, and Japan. Any idea why that would be?
Probably regulations.
Okay.
Different countries have different rules about online trading,
Right.
especially when you're talking about leverage, like CFDs.
Right.
So they might just not be allowed to operate in those countries.
So even if someone's really interested in FXSI,
Yeah,
they got to make sure they can actually use it.
absolutely. That's like the first thing you got to check.
Yeah.
You don't want to go through all this research and decide it's the perfect platform and then find out, oops, can't use it.
Right.
That would be so annoying.
Okay. So we talked about a lot. The accessibility, the range of markets, the account types.
Yeah.
They're really pushing the whole user-friendly thing.
Right.
All the features, the support, but they're also being very clear about the risks of trading CFDs,
Yeah, they're not hiding that at all.
which is good.
Yeah, definitely.
They're basically saying this isn't for everyone.
Exactly.
You're going to know what you're getting into.
Right. And that brings us to a really important question for our listeners.
Okay.
It's like, okay, so we know about FXSI now,
Yeah.
but how does it stack up against everything else out there?
Right. Like, what should our listeners be doing
Yeah.
before they just jump in?
Well, they shouldn't just jump in.
No.
There's a lot to think about.
Absolutely.
What kind of trader are you? What's your risk tolerance? What markets are you interested in?
Right.
What kind of support do you need? What are the fees like?
Yeah, all that stuff.
Yeah, it all matters.
So it's all about doing your research.
Exactly.
Don't just take their word for it,
Right.
Look for reviews. See what other people are saying. Compare it to other platforms. See what else is out there.
Yeah, and see if they have a demo account.
Oh, yeah, that's a good idea.
Yeah. Try it out before you commit,
Right. Like a test drive.
Exactly.
See if you like how it feels.
See if it's a good fit for you.
And at the end of the day, knowledge is power. Right.
Absolutely.
Especially when it comes to trading.
The more you know, the better decisions you can make.
Yeah, you can navigate the market.
Avoid those pitfalls.
Exactly. And that's what we're all about here, right?
Yeah, helping you make those informed decisions.
So keep learning
Yeah.
and happy trading.
Happy trading, everybody.
That's it for this deep dive.
See you next time.
We'll see you next time.